In 2019, a simple sleepover at my friend Mark's house, nestled deep in the woods by a cliff overlooking the ocean, turned into a nightmare I'll never forget. With our nearest neighbor half a mile away, the night started with teenage fun, truth or dare, hide and seek, and ghost stories. But things took a sinister turn during a late-night walk down the gravel road. We encountered a man dressed in thick clothing, reeking of an unbearable, rotting stench. At first, he seemed harmless, but when we passed him again, he began to follow us. His silent pursuit escalated into a full sprint, sending us fleeing for our lives. We barely made it back to the house and decided to keep quiet to avoid waking Mark's parents. Later that night, as we settled into the living room, everyone fell asleep, but I felt like I couldn't rest. Something was up. I had this gut feeling that told me not to go to sleep, so I looked outside and noticed movement from the large windows overlooking the cliff. Hoping it was the deer that came up to this very window, Mark told there is one who comes by for 2 years now that they had been feeding. I grabbed a flashlight and scanned the dark woods. My blood froze when I saw him again, shirtless this time, lurking in the shadows. When I woke my friends, he was gone. Hours passed, and I was drifting off when a knock at the door jolted me awake. Peering through the peephole, I saw nothing, but the familiar, nauseating stench filled the room. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I saw him, standing in the shadows of the living room, watching me. My scream woke Mark and Sam, and the man fled. The police later discovered 5 decomposing bodies in an old shed nearby, the source of the man's horrific odor. If he hadn't fled that night, we might have been his next victims. Who was this man, and how did he evade capture for so long? Would you have dared to shine a flashlight into the dark, knowing what might be lurking?